The good ride, because pros can ride anything. We can't.
From thegoodride.com. We're here with the Rossignol Myth snowboard. It is a 144. It's their kind of parky board. It's pretty flexible. I think it's a 4 out of 10 on their scale, which, I don't know, I mean that's what I read, but it feels a little stiffer than that, so that's kind of weird. Whew, it's gonna stop. Yeah, so this one is a 20% camber in between the feet, not under the feet, so it's in the middle there, and then it goes out to 40% rocker over there and 40% rocker over there. So it's a pretty rocker snowboard, and just a tiny bit of camber. So tiny that you can't, I mean, you can kind of see it, but it's kind of even hard to tell. Can you see it, Maxie?
Yeah.
You can? So the camber zone's from here to here, and then it goes out. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty mellow rocker as well. It's not super up. So yeah, so this is the Rossi Myth. I rode it in a few different types of conditions. We had it on a pretty firm day, off-piste. Took it in the park this morning for some boxes and some jumps. And actually, so the first thing I was surprised about was it felt a lot stiffer than I thought it was going to feel. And, I don't know, it feels a lot more stable than you think it's going to be with as much rocker as it does have. And I don't know if it's with whatever kind of wood they used. I'm not that technical, but yeah, it felt stiffer than I thought it was going to be. And it actually buttered less buttery than I thought it would, which is weird. And you can get it to butter, but it's just, I think it's just like stiffer than I expected. But saying that, the pop was a lot more than I expected as well, because, you know, with a camber that's only from here to here, that's not a whole lot of bending that the board does, but it just must be a pretty snappy core or something like that, because the pop was pretty easy. Felt stable, flat. You know, normally full rocker boards are kind of squirrely when you're getting off the lift, flat, and it just can spin around on a dime, but the little bit of camber from here to here I think gives it just enough direction to keep you going off the lift or feel really good on the boxes. It's very catch free though, because of the rocker on the tip and tail and the little bit of camber. So, you know, if you're looking for a board that's not going to be really grabby, this one's pretty catch free. It turns edge to edge very easily, makes great skidded turns, great small turns. The carving, you know, it was so-so. It was okay, but it's not really a carver. It's not one of those ones you buy to go carve. But yeah, so I mean, great skidded turns. You could carve it. It's just not going to be that effortless hooking into the turn and going board. So yeah, but I liked it on jumps. It felt very stable, jumping and landing. Felt good underfoot. What else? Took it on the steeps, and actually that was the weird part, because strangely the board felt almost really short underfoot. And I don't know if it's because the radius, I don't know, but it felt like I wanted there to be more board to work through the turns on the steeps, as opposed to, I felt like I ran out of board here. Like when I was trying to slow down or turn or work, push through the turns on the steeps. Yeah, not a huge deal, but it's alright. So I think this would be a very decent beginner to intermediate board, which I think is where they have it marked as. Maybe not sending it all the time off the top or in the crazy bumps or whatever, but definitely can be a fun park board. You could take it in the pipe, but I prefer a more camber aggressive board in the pipe personally. I think this would be good for jumps and rails. Playing in the slushy spring pipe, sure, but once you get up on those icy walls, I'm not sure it'll really hold the edge very far. But I did ride it in ice, and the edge felt okay, felt fine. It wasn't amazing, but it was, trustable, put it that way. I'll give you a look at the bottom sheet here. Very bright. I love the neon. It's bright board. It's good in pictures. Not that I take any. But yeah, so I was riding this with my now Conda bindings right here. They're not mine. I'm demoing them as well. And I had on my Nike Zoom Force 1 boots. Set up at a 20-inch stance, and I got them at 12 and 12 today. So that was the setup. Yeah, but overall, a pretty decent board. I think it's a lower price point board too, so I feel like, pretty good quality board with a good price point range, because I don't want to spend hardly any money on my snowboard setup, so that's good. But felt solid and, felt good. It is a little bit on the heavier side, but you don't notice that when I didn't notice it when I was riding it. I noticed it a little bit on the lift, but what are you gonna do? Yes, so there's the Rossi Myth for you.